politics for Bloomberg, then also being a Supreme Court clerk, and then also being a lawyer for so long. What are your questions now? Like, what's the number one question you have after this came out and we know kind of where it's going from here?
I think the number one question is the question we've had all along. Do the people care? I mean, do people really care? You go back to when Donald Trump, the candidate, said I could shoot somebody in Fifth Avenue and nobody pay attention. And we all thought that was just ridiculous. And right now, it doesn't appear to be so ridiculous. So, I mean, everybody knows what's going on. We see what's happening. We see what the evidence is. We see what the facts are. The question is, do the American people care? And if they don't care, if they say, I want him to be president anyway, then should we really be stopping that?
Okay, all good points. You say that this gets kicked down to the lower courts again. How quickly, or does it matter at this point?
Well, it does matter because, that election coming in November, and if he becomes president.
But unlikely that's going to happen before the election.
Unlikely, because there are a lot of things to be decided, and there are a lot of different counts in the indictment, and each one of them, the Supreme Court goes through and says, look, is this totally immune? Is it partially immune? What are the things you take into account? And there are going to have to be arguments on that, quite possibly fact-finding. They may have to actually find some facts there, and typically that's going to take some time. I'm not sure they can get that done in time.
So we have some breaking news, and we're going to go to D.C. in just a moment with the reporter who helped break it. But David, apparently it looks like the Democrats are weighing an early Biden nomination to squash talk of any kind of swap on the ticket. They're looking at July 21st meeting, offering that potential date for the party to tap President Biden. Have we ever seen this before?
No, I don't believe so. I don't remember that happening. They were going to have the vote before the convention anyway, I think. They were.
Okay, so this had nothing to do
I'm not sure that far in advance of it. Well, I don't know. If they're doing that right now, I mean, it certainly would raise some questions, right? As people are debating whether, in fact, including some Democrats debating whether, in fact, Joe Biden should step aside and free his delegates up. So, but by all accounts, he's doubling down with his family, and he has no intention of going anywhere.
All right, David Weston, fantastic to get your take on all of this, including the latest headline here. David Weston, of course, host of Wall Street Week here on Bloomberg Television. Joining us now from Washington with more on this headline about Democrats weighing an early Biden nomination is Bloomberg's Mario Parker, who wrote